Hey, what's up, guys? As a controller on PC player, I've had a lot of people asking what my settings and binds are, so I'm just going to go through these really quick, and hopefully you guys can learn a few things and get better at the game. Start off with the input. I think my settings are similar to everyone else's, except I have vibrations off. The reason I do this, I think vibrations on can be distracting, so I've had them off since like Season 3, Season 4. Next, we have sensitivity. Mine are at 2.5 for each. For build mode sensitivity multiplier and edit mode sensitivity multiplier. I think this is something you need to practice with. If you don't already have these turned up, I would start off at 2 and keep practicing and work your way up gradually. So 2.1, 2.2, etc. At 2.5, I feel very comfortable with this multiplier on my current look sensitivities. For look sensitivities, I have them at 45 and 42% for horizontal and vertical. This is just something I've kind of really played similar with since I first started playing the game. I feel very comfortable with this. Overall, this is something that this is your preference, and whatever speed you find comfortable is what you need to do. Now, I don't really mess with any of the turning vertical boosts or any of the boosts at all. As you'll notice, I have them at 0%. I think that's what the default was, or I just turned them all the way down because I actually don't know a lot about those, and I have not tested them at all. Next for ADS, both my ADSs are at 12%, which is probably slow to a lot of or probably low to a lot of other people. The reason I have those low is just to be more accurate. I've also found out with my look sensitivity as well as my ADS, it's almost kind of lined up perfectly with the movement of players. And I've had very similar look sensitivity and ADS for the last 2 years. Alright, last we're at the advanced sensitivity. I think this is probably the most important part to a lot of people, just because there's kind of not much of a divide between linear and exponential, but there's kind of confusion on what's best. I find that linear is better at close range as well as the build, but exponential. When I've tested it out, I found out that it is your AR accuracy was a lot stronger with the aim assist. And you'll also notice my aim assist strength is at 90%. The reason I did this is because last season I found that my pumps, when somebody would jump over me or just jump in front of me, my pump was too slow to be able to flick shot to the head. So I decreased that 10%, and I found it a lot easier to be able to flick shot to the head. I'll be experimenting this season with the pumps gone. I feel like this might not be as an issue, so I'm going to experiment with the charged shotgun as well as attack and see what I'm most comfortable with aim assist strength. Now we're at binds. I think overall settings and sensitivity is kind of preference. It's kind of whatever you feel most comfortable with. So it's not something you shouldn't really copy from someone else. I think that's something you just need to practice with and find the best settings for yourself. Overall, I don't have a lot of changes in my binds from the default Builder Pro. But I honestly can't remember what the default Builder Pro was. I could click on it, but I don't want to mess with anything. So to start off with some of the changes I have made. So notice my R stick is edit. Now the reason I have it as edit is because when I first started playing Fortnite, I know being able to jump and aim at the same time is really important. So I actually moved my crouch to L stick, and I changed my R stick to jump because it just felt more comfortable to jump with the R stick than left stick. And then once I got Xbox Elite controller, I made one of my back paddles A, changed my R to edit, and kept my left stick crouch. I think those are only major changes. Obviously, I only have switch mode. You don't want switch mode / edit. Besides that, I think my settings are fairly similar to normal binds. Next are my build controls. Once again, I think everything is very similar. I still have edit as R. So reset, I have that as R as well. So I reset, I just double click edit and confirm. I think that's the quickest way to do it on controller, and that's my settings. Overall, I think I have settings very similar to a lot of other people. I think I'd highly recommend Xbox Elite controller or a Scuff controller. Like I said, I do use 2 paddles. So on my Elite controller, I use the 2 default sticks. On the Xbox, the Series 1, I did use a longer stick for my right stick to have more precise aiming. But the new one, they don't have really good sticks for them. I wish I still had the old sticks, but I do not like the new sticks for the Series 2. I haven't messed with any of my triggers either. My triggers are also default, and then I use 2 paddles on my Elite controller. So these are my settings. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I think settings and binds. I don't think you should copy from other people. In my personal opinion, I think that you should just kind of do whatever works for you and what feels most comfortable for you. Binds and settings aren't going to make you better at the game. It's all about practice and kind of perfecting. It's all about practice and perfecting those those binds and settings. So if you enjoyed the video and you learned anything, leave a like. I really love it if you'd sub. But like I said in the previous video, I'm really trying to grow my my subscriber base on here. So any support would be very much appreciated. I'll be posting every Friday from here on out, and I do, once I hit 100 subscribers, I'm gonna start going 2 days a week, so every Monday and Friday. So hopefully hit that mark soon. And once again, thanks for watching.